as I watch the Australian bowlers rip through the heart and soul of the West Indies batting a month or so ago, I became very concerned. Those I have listed in previous videos, but there was one that was at the top of my agenda. Hello everyone and welcome to the Cricket Forum. This show is more than a day late, but those who understand the situation of an earthquake in Jamaica, on the confusion and the chaos that it has caused, will understand why I'm a day late. So I apologize, but that was the situation. As I said in my post, I wish that you are all okay, especially my brothers and sisters that are in Jamaica. Watching that Australian performance against the West Indies, it was like some senior pro have been let loose among little children, and the West Indies batsmen have no clue absolutely of what to do. And my main concern then was for West Indies to remain the full member of the International Cricket Council. There are two things that must be happening. They have to be playing Test cricket and they must have a vibrant women's program. And watching those girls against Australia, there was a sense of gloom that came over me because the batting was chaotic. They seems like little children that knows nothing about batting. And so presently, Cricket West Indies receive approximately $2 million per month from the ICC. Come January, that will increase to very close to $4 million as a full member of the ICC. If we do not have a vibrant women program, then that money will cease to come, and the amount that we'll receive would be far, far, far less. Probably we would not be receiving $4 million a year. So I was very concerned with the batting performance against Australia. But this 18 tour of Pakistan have given me much hope. Looking at those girls, mark you, they were playing against lesser opposition. And when you are playing against lesser opposition, you tend to look better. But I've seen some class, I've seen some technical skills. I have seen enough to tell me that it is not all doom and gloom, but there are some positive things happening in our women cricket. It appears the coach have listened to what I have said in a previous video. For his approach against Australia was that he was going to take it to them and the girls were going to play attacking cricket. And I raised the question, how can you play attacking cricket against the #1 team in the world when the girls have not learned the fundamentals of batting properly? It appears that he have listened, because in all 3 ODIs against Pakistan, we batted steadily and tried to bat properly. Although we were not chasing at no time more than 200 runs, the girls restrained themselves and tried to show the basic of batting and rotating the strike. And so I believe that this should have been the approach that we should have taken against Australia. But the coach comes out with his attacking mindset and the girls really look shabby. In that series, the outstanding bowlers in my book were Ashmini Munisar, Jahzara Claxton, and Qiana Joseph. I think those were the standout bowlers in the series. They bowled very well. I'm not taking anything away from Zaida James, who I think was very steady and very economical throughout the tournament, throughout the series, the 3-match series. Nothing I'm taking away. I think she was steady and she contributed well with the bat. But from a bowling perspective, the 3 bowlers that were standout for me were Ashmini Munisar, who I questioned why she did not play against Australia. I did question her non-playing against Australia in a previous video. Jahzara Claxton and Qiana Joseph. Now, Janella Glasgow and Sheneta Grimmond, they also were there and they bowled. But my challenge with these 2, and this is only my opinion, I think they need to show a greater level of consistency. They bowled great on some occasion, and on some occasion, they were very inconsistent and sprayed the ball all over the place. The disappointment in the bowling department for me, though, was the most experienced among the young girls that was there, Cherry and Fraser from Guyana. I didn't think that she lived up to expectation. She, as a member of this A-team tour, was no doubt the leader of the attack, and she did not live up to that expectation. When it comes to the batting, I would say Shabika Ghaznavi, she looked real class. I saw against Australia, I really criticized Shabika Ghaznavi's reason for being in Australia. I did criticize it. I never saw anything from her. And I was wondering, how could she be a part of a West Indies team? Well, on this tour of Pakistan in these 3 matches so far, although she have not gotten a big score, because I think on one occasion she out early, and on the other 2 occasions she got in the 20s. So she never went on to make a big score. But I think that she has shown good techniques, good class, and she has some flair about her. There's a gracefulness about both Shabika Ghaznavi and Shunelle Sawh. Both are very good. Shunelle Sawh, the 16-year-old from Trinidad, is a one for the future, and she may be the next big talent coming out of West Indies as a woman cricketer. Zaida Joseph, who made a half-century in the final innings, in the final match, was also impressive in that match. Well, when we look at Rashada Williams, who led the team so comfortable to a victory in the second match, she was the highest scorer for the West Indies. She was the captain of the team. I cannot say much about her captaincy. One thing for me, though, when I look at her and when I look at the team, it appears to me that the team was playing for her. I notice, though, whenever a bowler is bowling well, she doesn't change that bowler. And in all 3 matches, Pakistan were 5 wicket downs before they reached 80 runs. And it probably because of a lack of rotation of bowlers, why they continue to score above 150, 160, and in the second match, 188. Because in that second match, I think there were 72 for 6. But the bowlers who were bowling at that time, I don't quite remember who was bowling at that time. I think it was Grimmond. Grimmond was one of the bowlers. And she bowled Grimmond for 10 overs. And I think that after the partnership started, she could have probably pulled Grimmond out of the attack and mixed up the bowlers. But by and large, I think that the team was playing for her. As I said, because of the camera angles, I would not have been able to really judge her captaincy. But the team definitely was playing for her, and she could have rotated the bowlers much more. All in all, it was a good 3-match series for the West Indies. And I saw some performances that I was very, very impressed with. And I hope that this will continue in the future, and these girls will continue to improve. Now, the ODI series, which is a tri-series that include Pakistan and Thailand, starts tomorrow night with the West Indies playing against Pakistan. So on Friday night, we will play against Thailand, and the finals will be played on Saturday night and Sunday night. So that's the situation with the T20 tri-series that is starting tomorrow night. West Indies play Pakistan tomorrow night. We play against Thailand on Friday night, and if we qualify for the finals, we will play on Sunday night. We wish the ladies well, and we hope that they are successful in this tournament. Now on to the Super 50, which is very disappointing. I am not happy at all with the performances coming out of the Super 50. And I see that after 6 and 7 matches for some team, only 9 batsmen have passed 200 runs in this tournament. 9 have made 200 and more runs in this tournament. And I'm very disappointed with a tournament that is played with 8 teams and only 9 batsmen scoring 200 runs after almost 25 matches. It is very, very disappointing. Sorry about that. Hattonese, just a minute, please. I'm sorry, my apology. I really am sorry. Hattonese with 276 runs. In fact, is the only batsman that is over 250. This is a very poor standard for West Indies' top cricket league, ODI 50 over cricket league. The Caribbean, the combined colleges and campuses, 320 for 7. The West Indies Academy, 318 for 8. And the Barbados Royal, which achieved this yesterday, 214 for 7, are the only totals over 300 in this tournament so far. It is shocking. I really do not understand what is happening. Only 3 totals over 300 in this match. When we look at the bowlers, only 5 bowlers have gotten more than 10 wickets. Before the set of matches yesterday, there were only 2 bowlers with more than 10 wickets. And the reason why I'm not calling these bowlers' name is because they have not reached the threshold of calling their name. Because none have passed 15 wickets. And if you don't pass 15 wickets after 5 and 6 matches, and in some cases I think 7 matches, I cannot justify calling out performances that are mediocre. Carrier is the leading wicket taker with 14 wickets. But the other is only 4 other bowlers that have passed 10 wickets in a tournament. That is our premier tournament. And in fact, only 6 batsmen have scored centuries in this tournament so far. 6. Can you believe that? And this is West Indies' premier cricket tournament. I look at the upcoming series against England. Coming up, starting the ODI, the T20 series and the ODI series starting on the 3rd of December. And I'm having difficulty to pick a squad based on performance. It is very difficult. And it will come down again to picking a squad of who is your friend and who you like most. Because you probably will have to go into the England series with the same squad that you played against India. There's no one coming through. Although I like the look of Alain and I like the look of Jeremiah and Bishop did make some runs, they are not doing enough to get into the West Indies team. Hopefully, in these next 2 or 3 matches that they will play, they would have done enough to kick down the door. We are hoping that some of them will make some centuries. There'll be 2 matches on today. The Guyana Harpy Eagle will be playing against the West Indies Academy, and Jamaica Scorpion will be playing against the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. But there's something that I want to bring to your attention, and it's this points table. Earlier in the season, I tell you that this point table, this structure of awarding points is not logical. Now, some matches played yesterday, and this table, I took it directly from our Cricket West Indies website. The matches played yesterday, and this table was took off Cricket West Indies website less than half an hour ago, and it is an updated table, but yet still, almost 12 hours after, not to almost, more than 12 hours after, yesterday points tabulation is not in this table because it is so difficult to work out the points that Cricket West Indies cannot update their table immediately. Am I wrong, or someone just lazy? Or Cricket West Indies is not in the business of updating us quick enough? Is this so? Tell me, because I want an answer to this. Is that Cricket West Indies think that they should delay updating the table? Is that their policy? Or is it the number of points are so difficult to work out because of their complicated point structure that they are able to update the points table more than 12 hours after the games have been completed? Is that the situation? Because this points table have not been updated more than 12 hours after Barbados Leewards played their matches, after the combined colleges and campuses played their matches. Why has it not been updated? Is this the standard of Cricket West Indies? Or is it that the awarding of points is so complicated that it is taking them more than 12 hours to work it out? But there's something that I want to point out on this points table. Look at in 6th position. You see the Guyana Harpy Eagles in 6th position. And if you look on the win, you will see that they have won 3 matches. So a team, the combined campuses and colleges, who have won only 2 matches are 3 points ahead of a team that won 3 matches. That cannot be fair. There should be no structure, no system that allowed a team that won 2 matches to be ahead of a team that won 3 matches. Talk to me, somebody. Talk to me. I'm not preaching here, but how can such a structure happen that a team that won 3 matches is in 6th place and a team that won 2 matches is in 2nd place? There's no way this can be fair. Absolutely nowhere that this can be fair. And that is why this point structure, there must be a review of this point structure. Must be a review. It must be. It cannot continue. It can't be right. And so I expect Cricket West Indies to change this point structure very, very soon. Finally, before I come to your comment, and I don't know if Cricket West Indies have released the teams for today's matches as yet. Generally, sometimes they would release it and allows us to preview the match so that we can preview it before the start of the match. But there's no team coming through, no toss coming through. So although the match is just 5 minutes away, we have still not gotten an update from Cricket West Indies where we could have previewed the match. Yesterday, Alec Atanase was bowled. And the first question I asked myself was that a no ball? Was Jamar Hamilton engaging with the delivery before it passed the stump? What could have Athanaze done to prevent that ball from hitting his stump without pushing Jamar Hamilton out of the way? And I just think it was a very unfortunate decision. And the least should have happened is that the umpires should have called dead ball. In my opinion, it was a no ball. That's in my opinion. I need to consult with my umpires friends, my umpires who are expert at it, to ask them their opinion. Because the least I think that should have happened was that a dead ball should have called. However, I think it was a no ball. It was very unfortunate. I just think it was very unfortunate, and Jamar Hamilton did engage with the ball before it passed the stump. If you have not seen, please look back at it. Hello everyone, please flash a like on the video and welcome to the show. I'm glad that you are here, and I'm really happy to see you all. Good morning, Brian H. Greetings, Athena. Good morning. Solve X4. Our domestic cricket continue to show the deficiencies of our regional cricketers. You are dead right, Solve X4. Good morning, Mr. Casanova. How are you? We got a bunch of lazy and mediocre players. The performances suggested that, Mr. Casanova. We are not willing to dig deep. And while I applaud teams like the combined colleges and campuses, we have seen now that these players, although they have some skill, because of the body of work that they have done in the past, they are not able to maintain that standard throughout the tournament because the matches are coming so quick and fast and they are not used to that body of work. Athena is saying Super 50 should be renamed Sick 50. Wow, thank you for that laugh. Thank you for that laugh, Athena, but I do not blame you. Richie Locknart will replace yes, I did put it up. I did put it up on my own page. Yes, Richie Locknart, who is a spinning all-rounder, will replace Romario Shepherd, and Nicholas Sporan will replace Evan Lewis. I did make the post earlier, Salvex4, and thank you for bringing it up to our attention. I did have it here in my notes to mention it, but I appreciate you bringing it to our attention. And I want to say something about Nicholas Sporan. And sometimes you wonder why I am skeptical of when persons post things in the chat, which I have not double-checked. There was a lot of talk in this chat that Nicholas Sporan are finished with one-day cricket. He's not playing one-day cricket. He's taking a rest from one-day cricket. And I keep on asking the question, what is the source? What is the source? And no one could tell me the source. And here it is, 2 weeks later, Nicholas Sporan is turning out for the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. And that is why I'm very skeptical sometimes of some statement that is made that just seem to pluck out of the air to push forward an agenda. There are too many persons who are happy with West Indies failing because it seems it is only at that time that they can make a comment. If West Indies is doing good, they cannot make a comment. And there are too many persons who want to push a negative agenda. And in saying that, I'm not saying that you must not be critical of your team, because I am probably the chief critics of West Indies cricket. But I do that in a caring way. It's because I love West Indies cricket why I brought these things to public attention. Now, I get the impression sometimes that Cricket West Indies doesn't appreciate channel like the Cricket Forum and others. But Cricket West Indies needs to know that we are not against them. We are equal stakeholders in the development of West Indies cricket. And they should be happy for us. We're watching them like an hawk. And if they do good, we will call it out. But if they don't do good, we will be here to say it. And therefore, I think that they should welcome such scrutiny, because we are not here to harm anyone. We are not here to hate anyone. We are not here to disrespect anyone. But we are here as stakeholders in West Indies cricket to be guardian. Because the players comes and goes. President comes and goes. Workers comes and goes. But as long as we are alive, we will continue to be fans of West Indies cricket, and we are going nowhere except when we die. So let us encourage each other and let us support West Indies cricket. But we must continue to be vigilant, and we must continue to demand more from the players, the coaches, the administrators, and those who put up themselves to serve. Not in a malicious way, not in a vindictive way, not in a prejudicial way, but we must demand more. This year is the worse than last year. Last year, the standard was much higher, Mr. Casanova. Much higher the standard was. We played, I think, 6 matches last year, then the semifinals and the final. And there were so many batsmen that were over 300 runs, touching on to 400 runs. So many bowlers get 20 wickets. So I do not understand what happened this year. How is Rutherford leading run scorer? Something is wrong. Well, he's not leading run scorer. He's second. Alec Atanase has passed him. Alec Atanase has passed him after yesterday's innings. I'm just going to make one final check if the playing 11 for the matches have been released. But those matches should just about starting now. The playing 11s have not yet been released. Thank you all for being here. Have a great day and enjoy the matches. And I hope that Jamaica can finally win a match. Blessing all.